Pour yourself a clean glass of water right now. Clear, odorless, and perfectly safe. You drink it without a single thought. But if you gave that exact same glass of pure water to a Roman legionary marching through the deserts of Syria, he might look at you with genuine terror. To an elite soldier building the greatest empire the world had ever seen, pure water was not a refreshment. It was a death sentence. Instead, they filled their leather canteens with a sharp, sour, rotting liquid that would make most modern people gag. They called it Posca. It was essentially spoiled wine turned into vinegar, watered down until it tasted like battery acid. So why did the most disciplined army on Earth choose sour vinegar over pure, crystal-clear water? The answer changes everything you think you know about how empires are built, how human biology handles survival, and a hidden danger that might be sitting in your own home right now. Imagine walking 20 miles a day. You are carrying 80 pounds of armor, weapons, and iron stakes on your back. The sun is melting the leather on your boots. Your throat feels like sandpaper. You finally reach a river or a muddy ditch. Your instinct is to drop to your knees and drink until your stomach is full. Have you ever been so thirsty that your brain shuts down and your only thought is survival? If a Roman soldier did that, he would probably be dead or incapacitated within 3 days. Think of a modern cruise ship. If one single virus gets into the water supply, the entire ship shuts down. Now imagine that happening to a column of 40,000 heavily armed men in enemy territory. There are no hospitals. There are no antibiotics. For millions of years, your primitive ancestors ran from massive apex predators. They hid in trees from leopards and fought off cave hyenas. But on the imperial march, the deadliest predator wasn't a giant beast with fangs. It was an invisible, microscopic organism waiting silently inside a clear drop of water. The water in the ancient world wasn't just dirty, it was alive. It was filled with parasites, dysentery, and bacteria that could liquefy a soldier's intestines faster than a barbarian's sword. If an army starts emptying its bowels every 20 minutes, the empire collapses. This was the hidden killer lurking in every stream and well. Pure water was a biological gamble, but vinegar changed the equation overnight. Vinegar is not just old wine, it is acetic acid. When you drop vinegar into questionable, stagnant water, the acid goes to work. It lowers the pH of the liquid. It creates a highly hostile environment for microscopic predators. It was the ancient world's version of a water purification tablet. The Romans didn't understand the science of germs. They didn't know what bacteria was, but they understood patterns. They noticed that the cohorts drinking the sour, burning mixture stayed on their feet, while the cohorts drinking pure river water slowly withered away in the medical tents. Your biology is deeply wired to recognize and reject sour, rotting smells. But to your ancient ancestors, controlled rot was a survival cheat code. Just like early humans preferred eating aged, fermenting meat because bacteria partially broke it down for easier digestion, the Romans embraced this acidic breakdown. Every fermented luxury you love today, from cheese and yogurt to sourdough, is just controlled rot made safe. The Roman military didn't change human biology. They simply weaponized this ancient evolutionary program. But it wasn't just about killing germs. There was something else happening, a psychological trick that generals used to control human behavior. When was the last time you traveled to a different city and noticed the tap water tasted weird? Maybe it tasted like chlorine, or metal, or sulfur. It makes you hesitate to drink it. Now imagine marching from the damp forests of Germany to the dusty plains of Egypt. Every single well you encounter tastes completely different. Some water is bitter, some is salty, some taste like mud. If your soldiers refuse to drink because the local water tastes disgusting, dehydration sets in. It is exactly like a modern fast food chain. Why do people buy the same burger in an airport thousands of miles away from home? Because they want predictability. They want to know exactly what to expect. By forcing every single soldier to mix vinegar into their water, the Roman military standardized the taste of the entire world. It didn't matter if the water came from a swamp in Gaul or a puddle in Judea. Once you dropped the sour ration inside, it tasted like Posca. It tasted like home. It tasted like the military. It removed the psychological barrier of drinking strange fluids. I remember going on a long hike a few years ago and running out of water. I found a small stream. It looked clear, but I knew the risks. The mental torture of being desperately thirsty while staring at water you are afraid to touch is a very lonely,